Hey everybody, John here, Too Old for Gaming. Just another kind of rambling video. I'm going to keep this one probably shorter because it's pretty late. It wasn't shorter. It wasn't shorter at all. A few things I want to talk about. Again, I like doing this because I feel like it's venting in a little way. And people seem to enjoy them. These are actually like some of my highest viewed videos, so thank you. Whether you're watching them to go, what's this fucking idiot talking about now? That's fine. That's completely allowed. But thanks for people actually watching this garbage. It's much appreciated. A few things I want to talk about. The first thing is just kind of weirdly enough. I was having kind of one of my kind of moments during the week, kind of late last week. I would say after Wednesday. I basically Thursday I just completely just did not want to do anything related to my YouTube or my streaming. And I was having kind of like, oh, here we go again. I'm having kind of these kind of thoughts of like, oh, why am I doing this and stuff? And I don't know where they come from because I 95% of the time I completely enjoy doing it, but sometimes I just like, it's just like, oh, because the trap is when you stop doing it, and you free time to do something else, even if it's just, and for me, by the way, my fucking free time is acting the maggot and like playing something off stream or off recording it or watching shit on YouTube. So it's not like I'm doing that in fucking productive, because there's my free time and there's the time where I'm developing stuff. And my free time is where I generally record stuff for YouTube, or maybe I'll stream. But another thing got to do with this is my schedule. I have no actual schedule, which because of certain things that have happened recently, I realize I really want to get back into everything, like everything, because I have so much time. It's all in my own fucking brain, and it's all in my own, I don't know how to explain it. I'm probably explaining it very poorly, but I know all I need to do is fucking cop on. Because what's been happening is I've been working late because I've been getting up late, and because I'm doing my games development stuff, I'll sit down at Unity at like 8 or 9 o'clock at PM these days, which is generally where I'd be streaming, or like if I'm not streaming, I'd be, relaxing because I should have a full days of something done. You know what I mean? But no, I sit down at Unity at like 9 o'clock PM and I'll stay doing games development till like genuinely 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, because my body clock has gone to do that. So then I'll wake up at like 1. Sometimes even, by the way, sometimes I'll stay up to like 6 or 7 if I'm really getting into something with games development. But I'll stay up to ridiculous hours. So I'll get out of bed at like 12 or 1, and I gotta have my lunch. And then, it doesn't matter that it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the day. I've still only, like, I've had just a normal amount of sleep, like whatever, 5-6 hours. So I'm fucking a groggy piece of shit, even after my shower and everything. And I'm like, and then by like, I'm only fucking with it at like fucking 3:30, 4 o'clock. And then my brain goes, well, sure, John, you'll be having your dinner at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So why even start? And then generally, when I get a video uploaded to YouTube on those fucking rare occasions, it's because during that little time frame, that 4 to 5 to 6, I've actually decided to finish my editing and do my thumbnails and actually get a video up, which is ridiculous. But anyway, but a few things. But then again, then because of this pattern that I was in, Thursday and Friday, it was like that 4 o'clock period, 4, 5 o'clock period. I was like, nah, fuck, I'm not. Sure, one day won't hurt. I'm not going to fucking upload a video. It's fine. And at this stage, sure, who's expecting me to stream? I haven't been streaming really in ages. And this fucking other voice that I don't think is actually me, and I mean this in the least psychotic way of it sounding. There's a fucker who lives in here that is just like, here, just fucking leave it. fucking, just fucking, who cares really, fucking nobody's watching you anyway. And like, blah, blah, blah. Even though I'm doing this for the fun of it and I'm doing it for, like, I do enjoy it. But there's this other fucker in here that's just like, ah, sure, fuck it all. Like, just fucking, you may as well just fucking do nothing. But here, as long as you do your bit of game development in the evening, I can pretend that you've had a productive day. And I do hours and hours of the games, the production stuff. And I've gotten into animating, which I never did. I have a little, as one of my little projects I'm working on now, because I have loads of different little projects. Like I'm probably doing it the wrong way. I will learn about, we'll say, animation, which I'm doing now, and I start working on that, and then I'll find a video about tile mapping, like isometric tile mapping, and I'll go, ooh, that seems cool. So I'll make a completely new project and do a little work on isometric tile mapping, even though my 2D modeling character for a 2D platformer won't work with my isometric tile mapping for like a Command and Conquer type game. But it's just like, oh, these are new mechanics that I haven't really used before. I'm going to learn how to use them. But I don't think there's that too wrong with that. But anyway, that's just a little side thing. But just show you what I've got going. My little man here. And I've never done anything with freaking, because this whole test was just for animation. So that's an idle animation. There he is running. And again, I know these animations are terrible. And I know the run. I just nicked this run script from Unity itself, because I just wanted the run script so I could I'm just making it so that the transition, basically the transition of the animations were working, so I needed him to run as quickly as possible. But then I also threw in a dedicated wave button, so you can be running around like, oh hey everybody, oh hey, and then also he's got a jumping animation. Hey, hey, and I made that sprite. I know, right? That sprite is so good. How could you have made such a great sprite? I know it's just a stick figure. I'm not an artist, but I did make all those animations. No matter how fucking bad or not great they may be, I've never done anything like that, and that's not a sprite. People who care about the technical side of things, why I'm excited about this is because this wasn't just a sprite sheet. This is legitimately sorry, there's a cut there because it took me about 6 minutes to find where this fucking screen was. I closed out of it for some reason, so it was gone, and I couldn't remember where it was, but I found it. So what I was saying was, this isn't just sprite sheets, which is just a series of images that make an animation. This is a thing I learned about, like skeletal animation that's in Unity. Basically, you make the sprite, then you give him these bones, and then like he's all these different parts to him. I know it looks very basic, and if I had to do it again, I'd be a lot quicker because I'd never done anything like this before. But this took hours. Look at all these freaking parts he has. But anyway, so basically, yeah, you can. He has all these different little parts to him. Hello. Then you make animations through you record the animations through the skeleton, moving the sprite yourself, which I thought that looks a little bit like a Nazi salute, Billy. I'm going to put your arm back down because we don't condone that sort of behavior. Don't condone that sort of behavior, Billy. Anyway, but I'll get on to the reasons why now I've been motivated, because again, in my brain goes to this place where it's like, I'll upload a video, and even though it's a hobby and stuff, I'll spend a lot of work on it and stuff, and blah 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 blah, and it's a very vain thing that I hate, but like, I think it's probably in all of us, maybe, or maybe just the vain of us, but I'll work really hard on a video, and then I'll release it, and then 3 days later, I look at it, and some videos nobody has watched, like, and that actually, it shouldn't, but there's a little kick in the balls feeling about it. Do you know what I mean? And one video will make me completely forget about all those other times where I've had videos that have done well, and people talking to me about how, like, people that I know talking to me about how they enjoy my channel, people who generally show up to my streams that I've been fucking over recently by not streaming. But a few things happened this weekend that kind of put everything into perspective. That I forgot that even if I can make just one other person happy, then I'm happy. And that's the god honest truth. And I was out, it was Paddy's weekend, so I haven't actually touched Unity or anything since Thursday. Because Friday was just me being a fucking maggot and being lazy. Drinking Saturday, hungover Sunday, and then today, in my brain, I was like, well, technically it's Bank Holiday Monday. That's Sunday number 2. Again, that's how this fucking brain works when it really wants to get lazy. But when I was out drinking, just a few of my buddies that I've known for years and years and years, my friend Tom and my friend Richie both came up to me. And they talked to me, like, legitimately about how much they liked the Paper Please series. And I have to honestly admit, if they end up watching this video, that genuinely, I genuinely like that. That made my day in the most silly way possible. I really, really, really appreciated that. And then I remembered, I'm not doing it for me. It was never about me, I don't think. I think it was just trying to make people happy. And then vicariously, because making people happy is one of the best things you can do, it does make me happy when I make people happy. Just bringing it down to its barest elements. And I think I lost sight of that a little bit. Just because I was like, oh, nobody watched this video. So why do I even bother? Why do I even bother then? And there was a little bit of that in my brain. Oh, I streamed yesterday, and sure only 2 people watched. Rather than 2 people took time out of their fucking day to watch a grown man play a video game and be an idiot. Like, how amazing is that? How amazing is that? You know what I mean? So, I don't think anyone else might say this, but in my brain, I was just being a dick. Just honestly, if I'm being, because this is what these rambling videos are. They're just me venting and being completely real. So that completely got my perspective back where it should be, being like, oh yeah, people, even if 5 people watched my videos and 3 people enjoyed them, that's 3 people that enjoyed my videos, and I wouldn't have it any other way. That's fucking amazing, and thank you, by the way. And the other thing that happened, which I only saw today because I took I only saw this like about half an hour ago, which kind of sealed the deal for me making this video, was I made a playthrough. Now I'm going to make a cut here because I have to get stuff ready. Yeah, there's a video that I released. God, when did I release this? July of 2018. I've been doing this for a long time, people. Longer than I like to care to admit myself. It was a little game called One Hand Clapping. It was made by an indie developer. I really enjoyed it. It's very short. That's the entire playthrough, the 17 minutes and 4 seconds. And I only saw this like a few hours ago because I decided to take a fucking, I'm not even looking at YouTube. The fucking developer of the game got onto me. And I know they probably looked at any people playing the game and they sent him similar messages, but I don't really mind that. I can't believe that I was even on anybody's radar. And this game, by the way, was played by PewDiePie, it was played by Jacksepticeye, it was played by Markiplier, it was played by Northern Lion. Like, this was one of those games that caught people's attention, and all the big YouTubers played it, and that's kind of the reason why I played it. Yeah, it was so nice. It was so nice when I saw that. I'm going to get back to them because I only saw this. I gave them a little heart and a thumbs up. But I was like, Jesus, that's really... And it seemed like I don't believe... I'm not a religious man. And I don't really believe too much in like divine powers in general. But it just seems... It's such a weird coincidence that one of the weeks that I was at kind of a low point in thinking... Oh, sure, what's the point? Look at this guy. That was me a year ago, by the way. That's why I have a beard, by the way. Look at that fucking wobbledy gobbledy. But I, I like I was at a low point of just like, oh, what's the fucking point? And randomly, and I didn't coerce anything. Two of my buds, Tom and Richie, got into conversation about me how much at different times about how they enjoyed my Papers Please playthrough, which I really do appreciate. And then a developer of a game that I played came on to me on my video. I don't know. It just seemed like something was telling me to stay going. So here's the long and short of what I'm getting at here, people. By the way, check out the video. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a hoot and a holler. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically do everything properly. Schedule it out. For the rest, Tuesday to Friday, I'm going to have a video out. Just another quick edit as well in here. Something else I wanted to talk about very quickly. I also got a bit of advice, and I actually agree with it. My friends that were talking to Tom and Richie, it was actually Tom who gave me this advice. I think I'm going to play more games, less kind of on YouTube. I'm going to stream. I'm going to stay streaming kind of AAA type games, but I think on my channel on YouTube, I'm going to play more kind of fun, not necessarily indie titles, but kind of games like Papers, Please and stuff like where I can get into a role and stuff like that, and I can nearly stuff where I can kind of mess around, and it's not like as like the Resi series is grand, but it's kind of just me playing Resi, and I know it's like, yeah, no shit, but as what he said, like the Papers, Please one, what he liked about it was that I was acting like I was the freaking guy working in Border Patrol, and it was actually like it was my job, and I was getting angry at like paperwork and stuff, and that he said in his opinion that was funny. So I think I'm going to release more videos like that, where it's like kind of games where like I'm kind of, there might be lesser known games, but games where like a few puzzle games and like stuff like that are going to be thrown in there definitely, and stuff where like I can role play a little bit, because I think that is my wheelhouse, and I actually really enjoy those types of games. So you might see less kind of, and plus those AAA games, like they end up just being these long slogs of series. That's why I don't want to record a series of Metro Exodus, because it's such a long open-ended game that could have like 40 or 50, like 20 or 30 episodes, and I'd have to edit them down so much. Whereas Papers, Please, I'm getting these. I don't feel the need to edit Papers, Please, because it's just me. Oh, there's Facebook. It's just me kind of. I'm getting these documents in. I'm looking at them and I'm like, hey, you're not the person you're supposed to be, or are you? I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but there's going to be more of Papers, Pleasey types of games, and like maybe a few puzzle games that get me kind of riled up, and like, because I'm an idiot. So puzzle games, there's nothing's going to get me like angry or like kind of getting into the game. It's going to be stuff like that. I'm thinking about a game. It's called oh god, I can't think of what it's called. Baba Is You or something like that. It's supposed to be a really good puzzle game that I'm sure will infuriate me, and I think you'd enjoy watching it. And it's kind of like a little game. But yeah, so I throw this in here, make the video a little bit longer. And I am going to stream today, Wednesday. I'm going to play some Metro Exodus, continue on that. My plan is to do, and again, I don't expect people to maybe show up for this one, but I do, because I want to play it at launch anyway. I'm going to be doing a midnight stream of Sekiro, Thursday at 12, whatever, Friday morning, like 12 p.m, we'll say. Fuck my life. My brain just went, or is it 12 a.m. or 12 p.m? 12 p.m. I'm an idiot. Midnight on Thursday. All right, I'm telling you, it's late, people. I have to go to bed. Midnight, I'm playing Sekiro on Thursday at launch. I'll make sure whether it's out at 12 or 1, because sometimes games are out at 1, but I think it is midnight. I'll just double check that. But that's the plan. I'm going to come out with a streaming schedule from then on. But to be honest with you, if I'm playing Sekiro on stream, then I'll probably be streaming a lot. But yeah, that's really it. And I'm going to do my games. My plan is to do my games development. I'm going to get up at a reasonable hour, and I'm going to do my games development during the day. Isn't that smart? And any little bit of editing or whatever I have to do, and then like the nights I'm not streaming, I'll record stuff for the channel. It's easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's just that my brain just likes to fuck me over sometimes, and I'm gonna try and unfuck myself. That's basically it. Thanks for watching again. If you got to the end of this video, and please put the word. Put the phrase "sound of music." No, do one hand clapping. Make a sentence out of the phrase "one hand clapping," which again was the name of the video that the developer got to me. Which made my day. When I saw it, I was actually really. The only thing that was disappointed was that I took me 3 fucking days to see it. So keep well out there, people. Keep fighting the good fight. And I'll see you again. I'm gonna make this a regular thing, maybe once every week, once every 2 weeks of me shooting the shit, cause it's really good for me. Honestly, you're like my psychiatrist that I get to facilitate for free. All right, good luck. God bless. I love you.